Beautiful, amazing, light up a room anywhere she goes.
They took away our breath. She was a joy to see every day.
20-year-old Ciera Wells, who was the oldest of 5 children, just celebrated her birthday on Sunday at the Riverwalk in downtown Detroit. According to her family, she had a joyful personality and lit up every room. She was also taking college classes online while working at FedEx. On Monday afternoon, the day after her birthday, Ciera, her sister, and her mother headed to the grocery store to purchase fruit. Out of nowhere, someone started shooting at them just blocks from their home on Madeline Street near 7 Mile and Hayes on Detroit's east side. Ciera, who was driving, lost control of the vehicle and ran into 2 poles and a gate before finally coming to a stop. The vehicle had been struck multiple times. The city of Detroit's Shot Spotter, a gunshot detection system, notified the police department. As police arrived at the scene, they would find Ciera's mother in a state of panic.
We were driving, and I heard gunshots, and I ducked down, and then that's when Ciera said, "Mom, I'm shot."
Just a day before, Ciera Wells was celebrating her 20th birthday.
Yeah!
My firstborn, all she wanted was some fruit. We was going to the market to get some fruit.
Just a few blocks from their home here on Madeline Street near 7 Mile and Hayes, someone fired shots at their SUV. 2 bullets went through the rear taillight and into Ciera's back.
I was calling for Ciera. She wasn't cautious. And I jumped out the car and said, "Somebody help me, please. Somebody help me. My baby's been shot."
Ciera's mother waited and waited for an ambulance, but the ambulance never showed up. Officers reached out to 911 for an ETA of the ambulance. An officer eventually put Ciera in a patrol car and drove her to a nearby hospital where she later died, just 1 day after her 20th birthday. Her family was devastated. This would be the second tragedy that her family would face. Just 6 months ago, Ciera's dad was hit and killed on a motorbike when someone failed to yield. That happened very close to where Ciera was killed.
We don't bother nobody. We
No.
all keep to ourselves. So this is random and senseless. We all plan on leaving here anyway. Because I told them, I said, it's nothing here.
They're now planning another funeral instead of planning the family's move to Florida.
My baby didn't deserve this. We don't deserve this.
Waquita tells me she waited and waited for an ambulance.
The ambulance never showed. They never showed. My baby was sitting there in the car, and we were yelling, "Where's the ambulance?"
Police would soon announce the arrest of 19-year-old Marion Johnson. A source close to the investigation told police that it was a case of mistaken identity. Marion Johnson fired at the vehicle from his home near the scene. ShotSpotter technology led police to his location.
There was an incident that occurred prior in the day involving a vehicle similar, nothing to do with our victims, and our offender, for whatever reason, decided to get retribution for that incident with the use of a high-powered rifle.
Hours after the shooting Monday, Detroit police used ShotSpotter, a device that pinpoints where a weapon was fired, to track 19-year-old Marion Johnson to his home near the scene off Madeline Street.
Marion Johnson.
He's charged with murder. Johnson allegedly fired from outside of his house. 1 bullet went through the taillight of Ciera's car and into her back. Johnson's attorney in court tried to argue the teen meant to fire at a group of guys he thought were coming to jump him.
What rationale and reasoning does that give for the allegations for Mr. Johnson to fire numerous shots into an occupied vehicle with 3 young women?
The judge remanded him to jail where he'll stay. Meanwhile, a family is broken.
She has so much to live for. Her whole life ahead of her.
Ciera's family also has concerns about the EMS response time. which could have potentially saved Ciera's life.
I questioned Interim Fire Commissioner Chuck Sims about the ambulance response time.
First of all, I just want to give condolences to the family. We're heartbroken over their tragic loss, and it's good to know that the Detroit Police Department made some arrests.
Sims says between 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. is the busiest time for the fire department's EMS division. The city offered this timeline of events. At 11:30, the 911 call of shots fired came into dispatch. At 11:33, it became clear there was a gunshot victim, which warrants an ambulance to be dispatched. Police arrived at 11:34.
Do you have an ETA for medics?
I do not. I will let them know it is a confirmed GSW.
Sims says an ambulance usually takes 8 minutes to arrive to a priority call of this nature.
All our EMS ambulances were out servicing other citizens. At the same time, we had a fire in a 14-story occupied apartment building on Jefferson, which depleted most of our East Side companies.
The commissioner says as soon as an ambulance became available at 11:37, they were dispatched. However, police rushed Wells to the hospital at 11:44. The ambulance arrived at 11:50. Sims says what happened in this tragedy does not stem from a budget issue, but a resource issue, and that they're hiring more people. He said the backup plan in these situations is to reach out to other ambulance companies, which he says were all busy at that time.
It was one of those things where everything just lined up for the wrong reasons.
Although Ciera's family is happy an arrest was made, they say it still doesn't bring back Ciera. Now her family is planning a funeral instead of a move. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help with Ciera's funeral expenses.